No effect.
Six.
America is showing itself to be the hypocrite of all hypocrites here. America is the country that is telling the world that it supports free trade and competition and free enterprise, and yet it is the single biggest block to free competition and free enterprise that exists on the earth. America has all of these countries under sanctions because it wants to use economics to dictate politics to other countries. It also wants to dictate culture and ethnic relations between nations which have been friends among themselves and lived and coexisted in peace for generations and centuries and even millennia until America came and set them at each other's throats. America has inherited the English curse of divide and conquer in the interests of their empire. And the world is now smartening up to this. We cannot be allowed to be forced to fight among ourselves. I was here in Serbia during the crippling sanctions that America used to try and crush Serbia. They had no effect. The people banded together. I was in Japan when America was sanctioning Japan, and I was advising the Prime Minister's office. They did not cow Japan. Japan continued to produce. I have been in Canada when American interests imposed sanctions on our wood industry. America is the global bully. And as the nations of the world wake up to this fact, the bully, when it's outnumbered by all countries in the earth, will. America is.
All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. And we say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. And we give double honors to our apostle elders, which the apostle elders, a great millstone, which feed us with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding through the spirit and power of Yahbashim Yahushai. You've seen the video. Things are falling in place. Because why? We're in a time of prophecy. 2023 is the hopeful year that Yahbashim Yahushua fulfills all the prophecies, and all the prophecies are fulfilled. So we're in beautiful times and beautiful cases. And to you hopeful elect, which are you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are spread out through the four corners of the planet Earth by way of the curses that was prophesied in the Bible, with Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, 15 on down. So let's jump into it. You see the video and you heard what he said, that Babylon, which we know today as America, is being pushing violence on earth. And it's not just us saying it, because we as Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans have suffered atrocities that are untold, things that are been known and things that are not known. But now the world is starting to, because the Most High is moving nations. That's what the Lord does. He moves just like you move chess pieces. The Lord moves nations. And how can we back that up is the statue of Nebuchadnezzar. All right, those were nations that was going to come in one after the other. And the Lord was going to set up what? Kingdoms, take down a kingdom, set this kingdom up. But what was the one factor through all of those kingdoms? That the Israelites would play an important role in that. Okay, so let's jump right into this precepts. This is not going to be a long video because that first video showed everything that we need to show. All right, he put it in a perfect way. It's the bully of the earth that's setting people against one to another. This is Jeremiah 50 and verse 23. It says, "How is the hammer of the whole earth?" And you see that right there, the hammer of the whole earth. So there's a nation that is a hammer. What's a hammer? A hammer is a weapon. And what's the United States known for is their military might. They even say that what does it say? The sun does not set on the U.S. Army or something like that. But the word there is forged hammer. And then see if there's any root. No, there's no root word, but the hammer means something that is used to beat, pound. Okay. And it says, "How is a hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations?" All right. Because this landmass is going to be judged in this coming Third World War. All right. It's prophesied in the Bible. You can't say we're talking against Babylon, because it's prophesied. The Bibles are printed off with the mysteries. That's why it says if the Bible is not fully known. That's why it even says the mysteries of the scriptures, the Lord unlocking it. So if something's locked, that means it's not widely known. But now we're in the time of fulfilling prophecy. Babylon is being identified. And then now the judgment can come that comes with that daughter of Babylon, the modern day Babylon, Assyria. All right. Those are the code names that was used in the scriptures because the Lord codified it. He hid it He hid the treasure, right? What he say? He put the key in the cake. All right. That's what we've been given, because once we understand this, then we can pinpoint who we need to say no to, who we need to say no to, that Mark Wahlberg. Okay. So let's read it again. It says, how is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? And it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art taken, O Babylon. What's a snare? It's a trap. So the Lord is telling you that he's laid traps in the earth, and Babylon has sprung the traps. The Most High is the Most High. The power on high is the key hunter. Just like what does a hunter do? He sets traps. Where do you think Esau became a cunning hunter? Because the Lord gave that spirit. Everything comes from the source. Everything, the knowledge, wisdom, understanding we have come from the source. One source, and there's only one power in the universe. There's no two, there's no something, oh yeah, over here, you can get some power over here. You can get some clearance power. Like, it ain't shopping around. There's only one power. As the Lord creates, he said, shall there be evil in the city? And the Lord has not done it. So the Lord controls everything in every aspect. So he said he's laid a snare, a trap. And it says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou was not aware. So the elites knew what was going to happen, but they weren't aware of the length and the magnitude that was going to take place in these times. So they're not,